Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, yesterday, Donald Trump had what might be the worst interview of his political career, maybe of his entire life, even. He was on a stage with the National Association of Black Journalists, and they asked him a very tough line of questioning. It was very aggressive and hard hitting, and I have no issues with that, by the way. It's easy to see with political campaigns, they do basically a talk show circuit. They go on these daytime TV shows to hype up their campaign or talk about policy, whatever it could be. A lot of the times they get asked very softball questions. It's just supposed to make them look good, and I understand that. I don't like it, but I mean, I get why it happens that way. So, credit to them for actually asking demanding questions, for doing the job that a journalist should do. Digging into the truth of things, trying to figure out what people actually believe or what's actually happened and present that to people. So, good job to them for that. One of the questions that was asked that has been brought to people's attention as something particularly weird that was said was regarding Vice President Kamala Harris's heritage. He was asked to disavow the people who call Kamala Harris DEI Barbie and a DEI hire. I'm sure most of you know this by now, but Kamala Harris has been in politics for over 20 years. She started as the legal side of things as a lawyer and then moved into being a DA, and then of course was the senator of California for a while, and now is the vice president. And I don't really know where you go after being the vice president. It seems like running for president is the natural escalation of your job at that point. But regardless of any of that, he was asked to disavow those people, and his response was first asking them to define what DEI means, and then saying that he didn't realize that she was black. He said that when he first knew about her, she was an Indian woman, and now all of a sudden she's become black. This caused some reaction from the crowd, and I think it just sort of goes to show this misunderstanding, whether it's on purpose or not, of biracial people. Because Kamala Harris didn't become black. Her father is a Jamaican man. Her mother is from India. She was born in Oakland, California. So, she's just a regular Californian at this point. Just a mixed race person. God forbid Trump ran against someone who's from the boroughs of New York. He'd run into someone like Tiger Woods, who's got 4 different types of lineage coming at him, and who knows what kind of slurs he could say that time. I think it would confuse him and maybe cause him to short circuit. Obviously, that's what happened yesterday. Now, Kamala Harris's biracial nature isn't anything new to her political career. When she was made the senator in California, they reported it as her being the first Indian woman senator and the second black woman senator. That's how they reported it. It's nothing new for a biracial person to acknowledge both sides of their heritage. White people do this a lot too, but it's not to the same, I don't think it's scrutinized in the same degree, because for white people it's just something silly. You go put in your 23andMe. Oh, I'm 25% French. I'm 15%. I'm also part Cherokee, and I'm a Viking too. Somehow that's okay, and that's just completely acceptable. No one has any qualms with that. But when it's someone who's brown, acknowledging their heritage and where their family came from, now it's weird. I don't know. It seems like a very in your face hypocrisy with stuff like that. I don't have any issue with a biracial person. You know, I was under the impression that we were all kind of beyond that you look at what somebody has done, their merits to, determine who they are as a person. But, the Republican Party, conservatives in general, the right wing of the world, a lot of them are focused on racial purity. And I think the idea of a biracial person at its core does confuse a lot of them because they don't know what to believe at that point. They don't know what preconceived notion to apply to somebody because they're more than one of these stereotypes. They don't know where to go from there. They're doing birtherism again on Kamala Harris. I saw someone pull out her birth certificate, and it's actually kind of funny because now with all the people who are saying she's Indian, Indian people at the time when Kamala Harris was born are considered Caucasian in California. So, what? Are you going to say that she's half white and half black now because of the way that our forms are filled out? It seems really silly to me. Um, and again, all this started because they just can't stop bringing up this race stuff. And they can't stop putting their foots in their mouth with this whole diversity. It's their downfall. I had no idea that interview was going to be so bad yesterday, but if you want to watch it, there'll be a link in the description. It didn't, I want to say it was like 40 minutes of Trump being interviewed before they pulled him off stage like Sandman. But if you want that secondhand embarrassment, go ahead. I guess until the next time a conservative gets confused over someone who's more than one race, y'all try to have a good day.